when buyers come for viewing, you roughly get a sense on. You roughly get a sense whether they really like the unit.
Yeah, it's like when you go on a date, you really kind of know whether or not the person likes you.
Yes. Or whether you're going to marry the person, right?
No, not the first
not
date.
like that. Okay.
I don't know about Charlie, but... Hi guys, welcome to our Locked It series where we share with you our secrets on how our brokers have been selling listings at top record prices. If you're an owner who's looking to make that move and wondering how much your unit is valued in the current market, you can scan the QR code here below for the analysis of your property. Today, we have Mr. Charlie Goh, who sold a one-bedroom at Waterfront Isle at top record price and just within one viewing.
Yes, and one buyer.
Yes, just one buyer, one viewing, and
we
sold
sold it
at the top record prices. Maybe you can share with us how you met this owner.
Okay, so this owner came to us through our YouTube channel. I think he scanned the QR code, then we reached out to him as usual, like how we can assist you on your property journey. And he told us that he wants to offload this one-bedder unit he has at Bedok Reservoir Road called Waterfront Isle, and he wants to move to a CCR condo lah. Yeah, and so I met up with him, had a Zoom appointment with him, and did our LP. Then show him how we can market his property lah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's standard procedure lah, standard operations, yeah.
Okay, and when he first met you guys, like, what was the price that he was looking at when you guys were meeting for a listing presentation? Okay,
so I shared with him that based on SRX, right, roughly the general valuation in the area is about 935K. That is the valuation of the unit lah.
Yeah.
Right? And if you look at the past transactions in the development, all the one-bedders, highest ever recorded was 920K, $888. And that was just last year, I think October or December. Yeah, so that was the highest transacted. And that was on the 14th floor. My unit was on the 15th floor. It was a penthouse unit. Don't have any roof terrace area. The penthouse meaning top floor lah.
Yes.
And there's the ceiling is slightly higher than the normal units, like 20 cms higher.
So it was the same size as the previous listing that was sold?
Yes.
And the only difference was that it's a one floor higher and the ceiling height is also slightly higher.
20 cm more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we actually got the exclusive for this listing.
Yes.
And maybe you can share when you met this owner, and then when was the first viewing conducted, and when was it sold?
Okay, so I met this owner 2 weeks ago, maybe on a Wednesday.
Yes.
For Zoom, right? And then after that, I went down to meet him on Friday at his place to look at his place to see how I can, because I don't know how the unit looks like.
Yes.
I need to go and see whether it's nice, whether we should shoot a home tour video. The unit is not bad. It's a single guy staying in a one-bedder, so he's quite a neat guy.
Yes.
So everything is very neat and proper.
So he already decluttered the house.
Yes, and he moved in like maybe 4 years ago. So he did a renovation. So the renovation generally, like after, still quite new lah, I would say, right? Then after that, so I thought, okay, we just proposed lah. I actually proposed a home tour package for him, but he thought he preferred to do the basic package lah, the one that we just do our professional photos and a 360 virtual tour. He thought that would be enough.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's go with that lah.
Yeah.
Then when after I met him on Friday, I scheduled a 360 virtual tour on Tuesday at his place. So I went down again, met him. We shot the photos and everything. Saturday we had a viewing. Sunday we closed it.
So you met him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then you went for a site visit on Friday.
Yes.
And then the following Monday, you actually did a virtual tour, the photo shoot. The Tuesday, you did a photo shoot, the virtual tour. And I remember you mentioned that there was a vendor that wanted to let us try his service.
Yes.
And that was when he also did like a quick video home tour shoot for us without our face. So it was more of like a walkthrough video, which was actually really nicely done.
Very nice, very nice.
It was like really nicely done. I remember you sending it to me, and then you sent this video to the buyer before the viewing on Saturday.
Yes.
And the buyer really fell in love with the place even before coming down.
Yeah, because I hyped him up.
So this buyer was actually from another viewing, but that buyer felt that this unit wasn't suitable.
Correct, yes. Yes, so the backstory of it, right, was actually how I met this buyer was very, very interesting. The listing that I took on, right, this Waterfront Isle listing, haven't even gone live. So this buyer was actually brought over from another one-bedder that I had in District 15 Katong. So he came down to view my unit. I was trying to sell him this unit. I was trying very, very hard to sell him this one-bedder unit. And clearly he wasn't very keen lah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he came down with his 2 other guy friends. So like quite cool lah. I thought, how come like friends come together to
And
go
do the viewings
do viewings. So I
together.
just chat with them a little bit. I just talked to them. Then I try to understand him a little bit more. So I checked him and asked him, so what other developments did you see in this area?
Yeah.
Have you seen anything here in District 15? He said, actually I saw a couple of units at Bedok Reservoir. Then he said, especially Waterfront Isle.
Yes.
Then at that time, I haven't even got this listing at Waterfront Isle.
Yeah,
but I was going to meet the owner.
You already knew that you're going to be the owner,
Yes,
but you
for
haven't
listing
gotten the
I haven't gotten
the listing yet.
the exclusive yet also.
Yes.
So I told him, so I say, Waterfront, cool. So how do you find the development?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the place, you know. So he said
He hasn't even seen the place, and he was already sold by the place.
Yeah.
He excited the buyer like as if he already saw the place before.
Yeah. So he told me that he quite liked the development in Waterfront Isle. Then I said, very interesting. I said, actually I have a unit. I told him I might be selling a unit there. It's a penthouse unit, I told him. So he said, facing where? So I roughly know lah, because I did my LP already ma.
Yeah.
So I roughly know where is the stack, where is it facing. So I told him got a pocket. It's very nice, pocket reservoir view and everything. Penthouse unit.
Yeah.
Beautiful unit. Then he was very excited.
He
said,
described like as if he's
I
been to the
haven't even
unit.
gone down.
Thank God he didn't disappoint the buyer.
Then he said, okay. Then he's quite interested.
Yeah.
This one you can tell. Because when he came to see my one bedder, right, generally when
Buyers come for
buyers come for
already
viewing,
kinda
you
know.
roughly get a sense roughly get a sense whether they really like the unit.
Yeah,
or
it's
not.
like when you go on a date, you already kind of know whether or not the person likes you.
Yes. Or whether you're going to marry the person, right?
No,
So-
not on the
okay,
first
not like
date.
that.
lah.
Okay.
I don't know about Charlie, but
So yeah, I kind of get a sense that he wasn't really into my one bedder at Katong at the Katong unit. So when I talked to him about this Waterfront our unit, he really got a bit excited, you know.
Yes.
So I thought, okay lah. Then I told the agent, the corporate agent lah. I said, I tell you what, when my listing goes live, right, I'll let you know.
yeah.
Then we try to schedule a viewing for your buyer lah. But in my head, I didn't think he was going to be the buyer. I thought they just say only, you know, maybe
Yeah.
come down and see.
Yeah.
So after I did the marketing preparation and everything, right?
Yes.
Before my listing went live, before I could even post it on Property Guru, this agent already messaged me on Thursday. Say, hey Charlie, your listing, can we go down and view this Saturday?
Yeah.
I haven't even posted it on Property Guru. So I said, okay, wait, you chill. Because I wanted to.
chill.
Yeah. I wanted to do, I don't want to bring one buyer down.
Yeah.
If I can, I want to group a few buyers together lah and bring them all together.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, you let me try. Then I faster go and post the listing. Then I asked the seller, I said, this Saturday, can I bring a buyer down for viewing?
Yeah.
So the seller said, okay, can. This
Yes.
timing, okay. Then I was hoping maybe I can get one more inquiry, then I can bring both of them down
Yes.
together. At least I can create like urgency,
Yes.
right? Sense of demand. Unfortunately, don't have. No. You boost or Property Guru repost, don't have.
Okay,
Maybe
the
in 2 days, don't have lah.
The thing with one bedroom is you
Inquiries are
really
varies.
don't get as many inquiries as you do
Yes.
for like other listings like HDBs.
Yep.
HDBs, the moment you post, as long as the price is on the realistic side, not
Yes.
too high above valuation,
Yep.
you'll get like multiple inquiries in a day.
Yes.
Or like within that week, you would probably get healthy
4,
inquiries, 3 to 4.
Yeah.
3 to 4, like
Yeah.
minimum average.
Yep.
But for one bedroom, usually it's like one a week.
One a week, very
Or-
good.
yeah,
already.
one a
a week,
week.
very good.
Yeah.
Maybe once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
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 Okay, the pool of buyers are just small, generally
Yeah.
for one bedders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really don't have.
Yep.
Right?
So
I was
thank
like,
God that you met this buyer.
thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God I
you met
even
this
bothered
buyer.
to chat with him, you know.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to just ask him, hey, so what development do you see? What do you like? All this.
Yes.
Then he told me he liked Waterfront Isle. Then I was like, huh? Waterfront Isle? Yeah, I got a unit there, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like fated.
Yeah.
It's like
Because if he didn't even bother asking, this probably wouldn't even happen. Because
It wouldn't
the
happen.
listing wasn't even live yet.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's really nice to like, if let's say you talk to the buyer, understand a little bit, even if the buyer is not like your direct buyer
Yes.
and they actually have an agent, at least
Yep.
you can try to see which listing that you have on hand that is probably suitable for them
Yes.
if that unit is not suitable for them.
Exactly. So sometimes agents, right, we are very we tend to make that mistake lah. We just want to sell this unit.
Yeah.
We just want to sell this unit that we're holding, right? But we don't bother to ask them what are their needs, what are the buyer's needs.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you ask them, then you realize, hey, actually, I might have something else for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So apparently this happened lah. So when I brought him down, he saw the unit. He stayed for quite a bit.
Yeah.
You can tell that he really likes the unit lah. Yeah, he really likes the unit. So after he left, we talked a little bit about price.
Yeah.
And he told me he's a property valuer. He works as a property valuer. So clearly
So in his head, he already know how much
he
the
already
unit is
know. He
valued
already
at.
knows how much you want to pay for this
Yeah.
property, right? And then he told me, I told him lah that this is our listed price. It's negotiable.
Yeah.
You just put an offer. Let me go and try for you, lor. Right? I tried to induce the offer out of him lah.
Yeah.
He said, okay, let me go and think about it first.
How much
But
was the listed price?
988.
Okay.
988. Yeah. So highest ever transacted was 920.
Yeah.
Right? So he went back, thought about it. And the next day I followed up with the agent lah. I just asked her, hey, how your buyer keen or not? Then she told me, yeah, it's keen. Let me talk to him and see whether he wants to make an offer or not.
Yeah.
Then after a few hours later, she came back.
Yeah.
She came back with an offer, 930K.
Yeah.
I said, what are your terms and everything? Give me your terms first.
Yes.
So she gave me all the terms, standard terms lah, 1%, 4%, then
Yes.
12 weeks completion, and of course, 3 months extension. They offered 3 months extension free.
Free.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, 930K. Then I said, cannot lah, 930K. I know my seller confirm reject. Yeah, confirm. Because we had a chat, I did ask him what's his baseline price. He said, anything below 950, don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, won't consider lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
then
the valuation is 935K.
935, yeah. So when the offer came in, it wasn't a bad offer. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a valuation offer lah, right?
Yeah, it was valuation offer and it was also with a 3 months free extension.
Correct, yeah.
So 3 months extension, it really helps a
Technically,
lot.
correct.
With buyers especially, I mean for owners who are looking to sell,
Yep.
it really helps with like your move because then you wouldn't have to like rent in between.
Yes.
And it helps with your timeline, with the completion, your funds, everything will align a lot better as compared to without extension.
yeah, and so
and
give you
some
a lot of time
buyers,
for
yeah.
renovation lah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
some buyers, they don't even want to give you a free extension because that's when, after completion, they already start paying for the mortgage.
Correct.
So it's like a free rent for you for that 3 months.
Yes.
So technically, even though the offer was 930K, with the free extension, 1
Technically speaking,
month,
it's
probably
about
about 3K plus.
Yeah, about
So
$10,000.
Yeah, so about 940K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's still okay. It's a fair offer,
Decent,
right?
decent.
Yeah, decent.
Fair value, yeah.
Yeah, so I was telling him, I said, I told the corporate agent, I said, 930, very difficult. I know, very difficult. But I said, you give me a bit more, Ken. I told him, I told the agent, I said, you give me a bit more, you try to push your buyer a little bit more. Then at least you give me something to work with lah.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know my seller is not going to consider anything below 950, right?
Yeah.
So she said, okay, let her go and try. Then she came back, okay, 940. Then I was like,
Still below.
yeah, still a bit low. But I thought, okay, 940, 950, maybe $10,000, not too far, right?
Yeah.
And as agents, we cannot hold offer, right?
Yeah.
As long as you receive an offer, we have to present the offer.
Yes.
Right? No matter what your seller says, if he says he's not going to consider anything below 950,
It's
we
still
still have
our
to present.
duty to present
Correct.
the offer,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like CA regulation lah.
Yes.
Yep. So I went to him, I presented the offer, and he said, no lah, obviously. He said no, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he said no. We spoke about this before, but I'm not going to consider anything below 950.
Yeah.
I said, okay, fair enough. Give me a counter offer. Let me go work with the buyer.
Yeah.
And then he said that he feels that the distance is quite a stretch lah, from 940 to where he actually wants the price to be.
Actually, the listing price is 988
988.
and the offer is 940.
940.
Actually, it's very close.
48K, right? It's okay lah.
It's decent. I mean, it's not a lowball
It's
offer.
not, yeah, it's not.
It's not a lowball offer. You
Correct.
can see that the buyer is a sincere,
sincere
buyer.
buyer,
They are not
yes.
trying to lowball. I mean, if it's below 900K,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the person is obviously trying to lowball.
Yeah.
But in this case, the buyer is at least still trying to offer at least around valuation price.
Correct.
So you can
And it's
see
the
that
highest,
they're-
it's the highest recorded
And it's
price
already higher
already.
than the previous transaction.
Yes, yeah, it's the highest
Yeah.
in the whole development already for one bidder. So like what you say, is not that far also, right?
Yeah.
So he said he feels that it's quite a stretch. If the buyer's only willing to offer 940, I don't think he's willing to match my counter.
Yeah.
I said, never mind, we just try. Because
Yeah.
we never know, right? So he came back, he said 968,
Yeah.
and he wants the 3 months extension.
Mm.
Then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay lah, try lor.
Yeah.
What to do? I mean, who am I to say cannot?
Yes.
Right?
Sometimes as agents, you cannot have the
You
mind
cannot
block
mind block.
yourself.
You cannot mind block yourself.
If you're the one that has a mind block,
Yeah,
then because you're representing your seller, right?
correct.
And if you have that rejection for yourself before even trying, then you're not representing your owner's best interest.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so you have to try before you even go to the owner saying no. Yeah, so which was what you did lah. You went
Yeah.
back to the agent and tried.
So I went back to
pushed.
the agent. I said, yeah, I pushed. I said, this is the counter offer lah, 968. And I said, you try to give me an offer tonight lah. If tonight we can just close it lor.
Yep.
Yeah. So end up she came back 960, ding dong, ding dong. I said, no. Then she came back 968, final offer.
Yeah.
but without a 3 months extension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm like, I told her, I said, it's just 3 months extension. If your buyer can afford to give, right, just give. Don't make me go to my seller and try for a counter offer again. Later my seller change his mind, say don't want to sell already, you know.
Yes.
So I told her that.
Pro tip for sellers and buyers.
Yeah.
If there's too much ding dong between like the sellers and the buyers, this is when either one party will start turning cold and they will just walk away from the deal.
Correct.
So this is why before we actually present the offer to the owners or even going to the buyer if you're representing the buyer is to always know what is the baseline from both parties.
Yes.
So from here, you can try to work something out that the owners and the buyers would feel like it's a sweet deal. Yeah, so this is when both parties would feel like, hey, both parties actually won and they would feel like, hey, both of them are actually getting a good deal.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, but if there's too much ding-dong trying to negotiate just a little bit and then you're going to risk losing the deal, like let's just work on something that is beneficial for both.
Yeah. So Anna, I just told her, I said, just go and ask him, just go and push him.
Yeah.
It's just 3 months extension, right?
Yeah.
So end up, she came back. Like 5 minutes later, I said, okay lah, let's close it, 968, 3 months extension. Yeah.
Yes.
Done lah.
So how did you present it to the owner?
So I just called her. I just called the owner. I said, hello, Mr. Seller. I got fantastic news for you.
So what's the fantastic news? 988K.
I said 968. That's the buyer's agreeable. 968, 3 months extension. Let's close it. Let's do this now lah. Let me get the OTP over before the buyer changes his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is true. Which can happen. You see.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as the option is not even transferred yet, there is nothing that's guaranteed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even if the option is transferred, the OTP is not delivered.
Yes.
Nothing is confirmed. So,
Yes, they can still back out.
Lah. Yeah.
I mean, we have never seen this happen before after the transfer of the option fee and then the buyers back out, but there is still a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is still a risk.
Yeah.
Okay. So you met the owner just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you got the listing live in a week after you met the owner.
Yeah.
And you closed it within that same week.
Yes.
So from the first time you met the owner to the closing day, it was only 2 weeks.
Yes.
So when you presented the offer to the owner, did the owner had this idea in mind, like, you know what, I just marketed my place, like why not we market longer and see if there's any more buyers?
Since it's like so easy to get an offer, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it did cross his mind. I'm pretty sure. I mean, humans are all the same. Sellers are all the same, right?
Yeah.
If I'm the seller, if I put my unit up for sale,
Yes.
one viewing, one buyer, the buyer came, then the agent tell me got offer.
Yeah.
I would think my unit easy to sell, ma.
Yes.
Right? It's 100% hit rate. One buyer, he come in, then he make an offer.
Yes.
And it's a decent offer. I would think that, how about, since the response is so good, right?
Yeah.
One shot, one queue, right?
Yeah.
Let's wait for some more better buyers lah, who will give a better offer.
Did he have that idea in mind? Like, you
Okay,
know what,
he
let's
didn't
wait.
say it. He didn't say it. He didn't say it. But he was very, which is good because he's a very realistic seller. He has a price in mind. If he achieves this price, he's going to move.
Yes.
Done. Yeah.
Yes.
But of course, there are sellers generally, humans generally all want highest price, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but it never happens. We know it never happens.
Yes.
Right? Like usually the first offer that comes in is always the best offer.
Yes.
Most of the time, 90%.
Yes.
Yeah.
90% of the time, or like most of the time, usually the first month, or even like the first week, it's
Yes.
always the best time
offer.
and the best offers because this is where all the sincere and ready buyers who have sold their property and they actually see, oh, your listing is up, I'm a ready buyer, I'm ready to offer. But the longer you wait, you're going to get buyers who haven't sold their property, you're going to get shoppers who haven't sold their property and just shopping around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's good that this owner he or she didn't try to let's wait for another 1 month and see how much more we can get.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the longer you wait, you're just going to risk yourself for that another 20K. But maybe on the purchase side, you're going to risk like a lot more because you're losing out on the buy side.
Correct. Not just that. That 20K may never even come.
Yeah, or maybe your offer is not going to even be the same anymore.
Exactly.
It could be lower.
Correct. So let's say 968, he decides, oh, okay, let's wait for a better offer.
Yeah.
Maybe it might come. Maybe 988 might come. Then you have that opportunity cost lah. That you lose out. Maybe you could have gone into something else and made a lot more money compared to the 20K. Or worst case scenario, you will never get that 968. The next offer will come in like 948, 950, you know?
Yes.
It happens.
And maybe even without an extension.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this one was like the perfect offer at his price and the timeline also met what he wanted.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so any tips that you have from this listing that you can share with, sellers or agents who's watching our channel?
Yeah. Okay, pro tip for sellers is know your price. I would say be realistic lah. Be realistic, right? I mean,
we can always challenge
we
the
always
price
want
a
to
little
challenge
bit.
a high price for you. Yeah, but you cannot be too.
Yeah.
You cannot go too ham lah, right?
100K above is a little
Yeah,
much.
it's like if you're telling me unless the buyer is stupid. There are no stupid buyers lah. Everything can be seen. All the transactions, all this can be seen.
Nowadays, all the transactions are very transparent.
Yes.
Even buyers themselves, before they even put an offer for your unit, they would do their own research.
Correct.
And a lot of them nowadays, they also have agents.
Exactly.
And agents also
will show
doing the
them.
homework for them.
Correct.
Yeah, so
they know their prices.
Yeah.
So for sellers, right, just be realistic with a price. Know a price that you want to achieve. If you get it, move.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. Some people, right? I mean, we always make the mistakes. Humans, we're all like greedy lah to some extent, right? Yeah. So usually when the first offer comes in, then you think, wow, damn good Hey, let's wait for the next one. You may not get it. Yeah. Second pro tip is, as an agent, right? When you bring buyers to view your listing, talk to them lah. Talk to them. Try to understand them a little bit more. Then maybe sometimes it might open different doors for you. Like in this case lah, because I really didn't expect to be able to get them to buy another unit that I haven't even got in my hands. You know? Yeah.
You haven't even met the owner yet.
Yes,
you already
exactly.
knew you're gonna meet the owner, but you haven't met the owner.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to them. If I didn't talk to them, right, if I was so insistent on just selling them this one beta that I was holding, right, then this whole thing wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's also your mindset. I haven't met the owner, but I know I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. In his head, I'm gonna know.
No,
I'm gonna
because
get it.
he reached out to us through our YouTube.
Yeah.
So generally, I think he watches our content. He kind of believes in the team operations lah.
Yes.
Yeah, and what we can do for our sellers, and we really do our best for our sellers lah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Charlie, for sharing today. Our QR code will be right here where you can contact us if you have a listing you want to offload or still considering and unsure how to move forward with your plans. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Locked It series. We hope you benefited from it. See you on the next one.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.